Hello everybody, my name is Mind and welcome back to the Aeroteam YouTube channel, and today we've got another tutorial for you, and I'm going to be showing you how to build our Cessna 172. Now, you probably know this plane. It is the most popular aircraft of all time, beating out stuff from World War II. I mean, seriously, this thing, there's just so many of them. So you will probably find great use of it if you do use it in any of your builds or your airports. Now this aircraft is in 1.5:1 scale, so if you do use any of our other tutorials, you will be able, 1.5:1 tutorials, you will be able to use this along with it, because they will be the same scale. Now, if you're wondering, this build is 13 blocks long, 17 blocks wide, and a grand total of 5 blocks tall. It does make use of our custom Aeroteam resource pack and world edit. If you have neither of those, I'll be showing you ways to get around it. Now, we also use custom player heads. If you don't have those, well, there are a select few that you can use in substitute of those. So I'll be telling you what to use instead as well. For the build itself, you've not seen this before because we literally just finished it up yesterday. So it'll be brand new to you, and hopefully you like it. Anyway, we can get right into it. For the build, I will be referring to select blocks in our resource pack as the, so for the purple stairs and slabs, we have them retextured to a wool texture. So I will be referring to those as the wool stairs and slabs, as well as the trapdoor and sideways slab, which is on the dead brain coral fan. Now, if you don't have these blocks, I'm going to suggest for you, for the wool stairs and slabs, to use quartz. For the birch trapdoor or the wool trapdoor, use an iron trapdoor. And in place of the black wool trapdoors and slabs, because we are using trapdoors and going to be using sideways slabs, if you really want to get that cockpit feeling, I would suggest using spruce wood instead, and the spruce trapdoors. That way you can at least differentiate the cockpit. Now if you don't care about that, well, there are other solutions for you. Anyway, you also are going to need the barrier block as well as the armor stand for this build, and if you aren't able to get the armor stand, well, or summon the armor stand in the select position, because you will need world edit. I'll show you what you can do instead for a fix. Anyway, with that out of the way, we can get started with the tutorial. We're going to be starting off on layer 1. Now, layer 1 is where we do use the armor stand. If you're not using the armor stand, what I want you to do is, instead of placing it, trying to place the head a little farther forward, and by the way, if you've not got the resource pack or custom heads, you want to use a wither skeleton skull in place. But anyway, what we're going to end up trying to do is place the armor stand in between these two blocks, and if you're not able to do that, you're going to want to place it on the block ahead, so in reference to where everything else is being built. I know it's a little confusing because we've got this out here, the marking, but that's really because we're using armor stands, which allows us to get a bit more accurate in terms of the placement of the gear. So anyway, for the armor stand, what we're going to do is knock out these 2 blocks, and we're going to place 2 slabs right here. Now you're going to go to around the middle of the block, and what we're going to do, instead of trying to place an armor stand down like so, we're going to do /sun armor stand, and it should pop in right there like so. And you're just going to slap that wheel head right on there, and we're going to select the world edit wand and do /stack 2, and that's going to cover it right up. Following that, we're going to need to place a temporary block, and I'm going to knock out this bottom slab, and we have builder's utility, so we can do that, and you can place a slab right there. Now coming behind, so we're going to go 1, 2, and this is right in the middle. Going to go 1, 2, and there's going to be a 3rd slab. Now we are going to place some buttons on either side, and these are, I believe these are the little steps you can use to get into the cockpit. And so we're going to need temporary blocks, and we're going to need to use our wand. So I'm going to start off by doing /repel 0, and then I'm going to place a temporary block. Now, if you've not got World Edit or a resource pack, you won't be able to add this detail. I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm going to place a temporary block. I'm going to select the right one. Okay, and I'm going to place another temporary block right here. And I'm going to place it right like so. Pretty simple so far. And I'm going to do that on either side. Now behind that, we're going to start with the wing strut that goes up, as you can see over there. And so we're going to have 1 and 2 like so, just on either side. And we can get rid of this temporary block. Now behind it, we actually come to another slab, like so. And what we're actually going to do is there's going to be a lever, an upside down lever that goes here. However, we are going to place coral above it, so we'll need to come back and do that later, as to not update the block and make it fall off. So anyway, we're going to place the wheels down instead, what that lever is supposed to attach to anyway. And so we'll just place the 2 wheel blocks like so. If you're not using our resource pack or got the head blocks or World Edit, use purple slabs here instead. Otherwise, we will be using a lever to connect it. Now, coming back, we're going to do 2 trapdoors, like so. Very, very simple. And that's it for layer 1. For layer 2, we're going to start in the front, and I did miss a step, which I apologize for. We're going to just need to place a wool trapdoor right here. Now, if you did place the landing gear here, you're going to just not place the trapdoor. Anyway, I'm going to place that there. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to grab some gray glazed terracotta. If you've not got this in your pack or whatever, what I'm going to suggest is you just use black wool. It'll be perfectly fine. Where we're going to place this is right here on the first slab. And in front of that slab, we're going to place a slab. And on either side of that, we're going to place a slab, a trapdoor, and another trapdoor. Now, we're going to need to use some glass panes. So we're going to have the gray stained glass pane and the black stained glass pane. If you've not got World Edit, all you're going to have to do is place one there, the gray stained and the black stained to either side, and you're fine. Now we like the look of it connected a bit more, so what we're going to do is place some temporary ones in this shape. I'm going to select it and paste it on like so. Coming behind now, we're going to need to grab our sideways wool slab. I'm going to place one on either side of the terracotta, like so. Now you can just place some temporary blocks that go along the fuselage, so that is what I'm going to do here. And this is going to run, this is going to run right up until the gear with the sideways slabs, just like so. And now since we've placed the sideways slabs, we can place the lever on the underside. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to place a few temporary blocks. That way we can get under and select it. And we're going to place a lever. It's facing that direction. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to place a temporary block there and replace it just like so. And I'm going to flip it, select it again, and place it there. Now, if you're not using our resource pack for the sideways slabs, use iron trapdoors here instead. It's not the same effect, but it'll be close enough for you. Anyway, continuing on either side, we're going to have an upside down stair, just like so. Now, one thing from the previous layer that we need to add is there's going to be a button on the underside, but I held off from placing it due to the fact that we needed a block here. So I'm just going to place that there now, and you need to knock out a block that way you can get under, and there's going to be a jungle button that goes there. You can use a birch button if you're in vanilla. I'm just going to fix that like so. Anyway, on here, all 3 blocks are going to have the trapdoor, just like so. And then on the final block here, we're going to have a full wool block. Then we've got 2 slabs of wool, and then 2 wool trapdoors like so. Very, very simple. Really quickly, this is later me. I just realized I've made a mistake here. The slab should actually be on the bottom, so I'm going to fix that really quickly. You won't notice this, or you will see it on the top for the rest of the tutorial. I'm recording this post. I do apologize for that slight inconvenience. Anyway, layer 3 does get a bit more tricky because we will begin to use the barrier block, and that's so we can get it set up for the wing. Now, if you've not got the barrier block, you can of course use string, or you can just do /i barrier, and that'll give you a stack of barriers if you're in the same version of Minecraft that we are. Anyway, for this layer we are going to need to use the snow block. We can get rid of the lever. Going to need the birch trapdoors, the purple stair, purple slab, and that should be it. Oh, and we also need the another brick stair, the black wool block, the acacia trapdoor, which is black wool trapdoor, and the black wool carpet. So we're going to start at the nose of the aircraft. I'm going to place a slab right here, or sorry, a trapdoor, and then 3 layers of snow, like so. Now, remember what I said, if you're using vanilla, use spruce in my opinion. Otherwise, just follow along. So we're going to place black wool right there. I'm going to sort that out, put these 2 in. So we're going to place carpet on top, or actually that's the next layer, so we'll hold off on that. There's 2 trapdoors that go on either side. And then we're going to also need another coral block. We need the dead fire coral fan, which is our black black wool sideways slab. And so what we're going to do is we're going to place 2 of these, just like so. And on either side of them, we will be placing the the dead fire coral fan, like so. Very simple. And then behind that we have another brick stair. Behind that we have 2 trapdoors, 1 slab, a stair, and a full block. And then behind that is a trapdoor. Oh, that's snow. Very simple. And if you actually, that's for the next layer, so we'll just hold off on that. And then here we're going to have 1 slab that comes out here, and then another one right there, and we'll do that on either side. And now the wingspan, because it's 17, we're going to need the barrier block for the carpet, and the carpet is going to run right past this here. So we're going to go like so, 1, 2, 3, and 4 with the barrier block. 1, 2, 3, and 4 with the barrier block. And of course, if you're not using barrier blocks, you can use string instead. For the next layer, layer 4, we're going to start off around the cockpit. It's going to be a black wool carpet right there. And then we can start off with the wings. So to give it the airfoil shape that we all love, I'm going to place a trapdoor like so. And we're going to go out 8 blocks from the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do that on either side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like so. And then what we're going to do is the final 3 blocks here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, just like so. And then 1, 2, 3. And then we can fill the rest in with carpet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if you're in vanilla, you can end up just using birch jungle fence gates. If not, and if you just don't want to use them, just put carpet over here. Now we are going to need to use the replacer tool. And we need to first turn this block right here into a wool block, like so. And then what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to grab some cobblestone walls. So we're going to place one on either side, like so. I'm going to place that there. This lowers the trapdoor from its normal position. And then we're going to open it facing that direction. We're going to select it. Going to place a temporary block right here. And we're going to place it in like so. That way it gets the nice tight look. And those are two antennas that stick off the aircraft. Now at the very edge of the wingtips, we're going to need to grab the barrier block again and place it under the trapdoor. Now we're going to knock this out. And on the left hand of the aircraft, so facing this direction, we're going to place red wool carpet and then green on the other side. Just like so. Now, we're almost done with the aircraft. All we have to do is the vertical stabilizer. So we need the purple stairs and then some coral. We'll also need the spruce button and jungle button and some white wool. Of course, if you've not got wool at it, you can just skip this the button bit. Now, what we're going to do, stair here. And if you're in vanilla, I would suggest either a full block here or simply placing another trapdoor. It's really up to you. But anyway, there's a bit of coral. So, oh, sorry, I selected the wrong coral block. There's one bit of coral that goes right there. And then we're going to place two buttons on the very top. So the first button is going to be the jungle button, which is the wool. And then the second one is going to be the spruce button, which is red. And they're going to be in these directions. So I'm going to place temporary blocks on top of both of these. I'm going to select the first one, put it on, and then the second one, just like so. And then the final detail that we need to add is there is, I believe, a light that Worrell has added, and it goes right past the wing strap. So we're going to knock this out and replace it with the jungle trapdoor. And you can use really whatever other trapdoor you'd like for this, or you could just ignore it. And you're going to replace that, and it's going to look just like that. So anyway, that's it for the Cessna 172 tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you make use of it. If you do, feel free to show us on our Discord. We always love to see when you guys use our tutorials. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching. My name's Mind. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.